what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a solo hot tent adventure in some wind and snow on the coast. I'm right on the ocean. As you guys can see, the tent is already pitched. I've got the camera set on the non-wind side because the wind is pushing a lot of snow and breeze coming through off the ocean pretty strong. So I've got the tent set up and I've got some of my cooking gear out already and some of my clothing placed inside. I've now got to get my sleeping bag and my air mattress and everything else located inside of the tent and out of this wind and snow. So let's do that. We'll get the wood stove set up as well while I'm in there, and then it's going to be time to go and collect some firewood. Alright guys, so I've got the wood stove set up inside of the tent. Everything is looking really good for later on this evening. The snow's starting to pick up and this is awesome. So I'm going to grab my saw, head down towards the rocks and the water, look for some driftwood, bring it back up here and start processing some firewood for the wood stove. Alright guys, back from the ocean. I managed to find 3 pieces of wood. That is not going to be enough, but I am absolutely drenched in sweat right now, and that is a definite no-go. The temperatures tonight are forecasted to go down to negative 21 degrees Celsius. I need to get this sweat off, so I want to open up the tent door, get this wool layer off, cut up a little bit of this wood here, get it prepped inside, and then I'm going to have to go around camp and explore my options as far as wood. There is a stump here that is dry. There's a lot of this little bramble bush in here that is dry as well, and there are trees in the background that are dry, so I'm going to have to collect a little bit more firewood after I get all this squared away and prepped. But right now I don't want to sweat anymore, so I got to get this off. Alright, so I got lucky. I did find that fallen tree full of some bone dry pine and dead spruce. So this is really good softwood. This will take off no problem. Now I left the saw back up in the woods because on the way through I actually got really lucky and found 2 wind fallen trees, big chunks of hardwood. So I'm just going to leave this here for now, head back over to where that wood is, grab that, drag it back here, and then start the process of cutting everything up to stove length, get it split, and then start on a hot drink. Alright guys, I've got my hot cup of coffee. I've already drank in about half of it. I've just loaded a log inside of the wood stove. I'm going to shut this door, and what I really want to do is go down on the shore, finish the leftover of my coffee, and enjoy those giant crashing waves right now. The snow's coming in. It is blistering, absolutely blistering cold, and I want to be down there in the action before it gets too dark. So let's head down.
Alright guys, nightfall is just about here. The temperature is coming down to negative 15 degrees Celsius right now. The winds are pushing in, the snow's not letting up. So I think I'm going to jump inside to cook supper. I'll see you guys in there.
Alright, coming inside. It is blistering cold and very windy outside right now. And I gotta say, coming inside is definitely a nice break. So those ocean waves are crazy loud, and this is one thing that I love about ocean camping. That beautiful sound outside. Those crashing waves all night tonight, especially when everything's dark in here. It's just such an awesome sound to fall asleep to. So I'm gonna get out of these wet, frozen clothes. I have pants on underneath my snow pants, so If I do go back out later, I don't anticipate needing my snow pants, so I think what I'm going to do is roll them up with the wet legs facing the wood stove and prop them on top of some firewood, get those nice and dry, and then I can use them as a pillow later on tonight and keep everything nice and dry is the goal. So especially the boots. The boots are wet and they are going to freeze like a rock overnight if I don't get them dry. So I'm going to set them next to the wood stove later on when I'm lounging inside of here, and they'll be nice and dry for the morning. That's always a pro about bringing a wood stove, is you can dry out wet clothing. It's not just for heat, it's for cooking, for drying things out, for light, cutting down on condensation, things like that. So I'm going to get all this stuff off right now. Oh, I already feel better. It's a little cold on the feet, but I already feel better. So I'm gonna get all this off, get my slippers on, get my feet nice and warm, and then start on cooking some supper. Hopefully wrap that up before nightfall. And if there is a little bit of time to jump outside just before nightfall, I'll head on out there, maybe have another hot drink, sit down. But for now, I'm starving and cold, so gotta get warmed up and get fed. Alright guys, well I am very comfortable in here now. It took a few minutes to kind of get the tent nice and hot, but it is very warm in here right now, and I'm feeling pretty good about this. So my wood supply is definitely more than enough that I need, because I don't burn the stove overnight. I always rely on my sleeping pad and my sleeping bag. That way I don't have to worry about the stove and getting up and feeding it. I will mention right now that it is very windy. The stove pipe is rocking back and forth, so it's making a creaking noise on the stove. I would highly recommend using guy lines. I did not bring any guy lines today on this trip. I'm not going to worry about it later on. I could take the pipe down if it gets really bad, but I do recommend bringing guy lines in winds such as this. So with all that aside, I want to turn my attention to supper and bring you guys up to speed with what I bring for food, because I don't usually talk about this. Supper is usually pretty elaborate and pretty self-explanatory because I show it on camera. But as far as snacks, let's talk about snacks. I have a bag here with 3 different kinds of nuts and seeds. So I have pistachios, I have almonds, and then I have pumpkin seeds. The pumpkin seeds I'm probably going to save for the morning time, and I have 2 packs of oatmeal in a Ziploc baggie with some regular oats. So they're flavored, I think it's maple syrup flavored, brown sugar maple syrup flavored oatmeal. I put 2 packs of that in there, and then I put in a cup of regular cut steel oats just to bulk it up and kind of cut down on the sugar a little bit. Usually what I like to do is put peanut butter, shaved coconut, and pumpkin seeds in my oatmeal. Today I only have pumpkin seeds, so the pistachios, the almonds will be eaten later on tonight for a snack. I have half a bag of pizza pepperoni. So these are sliced pepperonis. I can put these in a pan, cook them, or I can eat them cold. Probably just gonna eat them cold. And then I have 3 pepperoni sticks. Those will be fun to eat later on for a snack. And I've got my bottle of water with me. So basically I've got a whole liter here. I've used a little bit for coffee. I'm gonna use more for supper and then more in the morning for oatmeal. But I do have my kettle with me, and I've got a freshwater creek just off, probably about 50 yards from the tent. Plus I've got loads of snow out here that I can melt down for water to replenish my water source. Now moving on to supper, I have 2 packs of Japanese style noodles and with the sauce. So basically these are stir fry noodles, and that's what we're going to be cooking up here in just a moment, is a stir fry. So I brought a bag with half an orange pepper, 5 mushrooms, and half a yellow onion. And then I have 2 tortilla wraps that are green spinach flavored. That is basically going to be supper. Pretty simple, but kind of spicing up a little bit of a simple dish. Stir fry is very simple. I wanted to do something that was fun. other than regular ramen noodles. So this is kind of a quick dinner that's a little bit more elaborate than just plain ramen. So hopefully that helps you guys, bring you up to speed. And I believe that is all the food that I brought. I might have a couple snacks in my backpack outside. I'm not too sure, but that's basically what I've got with me. So I'm gonna turn my attention to cooking supper now. I've got to get these vegetables prepped up in the pan, get those on the fire, and get these noodles made up, and then sit in the tent and get it nice and hot and enjoy the ocean sound with a nice hot dinner. Alright guys, well, supper is finally ready, and give you guys an update because I did do a couple of things while I was cooking. One thing is I went outside with nothing but my pants and a sweater on, and I cut off 2 guy lines on the non-wind side of the tent, and I tied them together and made 1 guy line for that pipe because the winds out there, if you guys can tell or not, the winds out there are very, very strong right now, and that pipe was just all over the place. So now it is totally secure with 1 guy line put in to the ocean side, holding it from blowing all over the place. So very windy in here, so I feel comfortable about that. And second thing, a little hack here, the pan does not come with the lid, so I used the bag to go on top of it, making sure it's not touching the stovepipe. That actually worked really, really good for a lid. So that might be a possible upgrade for the Pomali pan, is a lid, I hope, because I would love to have a lid for this. And it is now time to eat. So I am starving, starving, starving. And this smells incredible, you guys. So I'm gonna dig in and enjoy some supper. Oh man. Whew. Oh yeah. One more thing I will mention. I did check the temperature. I have my thermometer outside of my backpack right now. I had it inside, and when the stove was cranked up, it was at 23 degrees Celsius. Pretty warm. Outside, negative 22 degrees Celsius. That's a big difference. Right here on the ocean, very big difference. And the thermometer is on the non-wind side, so it's just collecting the air temperature. Very, very cold. And once this stove burns out, I'm definitely going to be loving that sleeping bag for sure. So cheers guys, I'm going to eat supper and I'll catch up with you guys as soon as I'm done. All right, peppermint mocha steaming in the cup. Gotta love it. So I'm gonna sit back, enjoy this. That stove is rocking out some serious heat right now, glowing really nicely. When I damp this light down, or dim the light down, sorry, it glows in here really nice. The sounds of the ocean, you can never beat the sound of the ocean out here. Even with the wind and the cold, the ocean's still an awesome sound. So cheers guys, hot drink time. I'm gonna relax, watch the fire, enjoy my drink. Good morning, everybody. It is a beautiful, freezing cold morning out here, right on the rocky beach, right up against the ocean. So last night I had an incredible night. It got down incredibly cold late last night to negative 22 degrees Celsius. Plus this wind was just pummeling the tent. So I'm very, very happy that I had that tent snowed in around the snow skirt to block any oncoming wind. Otherwise I would have froze all night long. So waking up here to the sound of the ocean waves, had kind of a winter sunrise, a little bit of cotton candy in the sky bouncing off those big clouds, and it's still very, very cold out. Hot cup of coffee on the go in a beautiful scenic area. Can't go wrong with that. 2 thumbs up, guys. Let's chill out here for a few more moments, enjoy what's left of the coffee, and just listen to the waves come in. Alright, so I'm back from the shore for morning coffee, and I'm just trying to warm my hand up a little bit because it is still blistering cold out. When I went down to the shore, I chose to bring my lightweight gloves instead of my heavyweight gloves. My heavyweight I'm going to save nice and dry for the hike out of here, and my lightweight gloves are just easier to manipulate the camera and a lot of things with, but I'm paying for it right now because I think my pinky might almost have a little bit of frost nip. It's still negative 19 degrees Celsius out right now, and that wind chill coming off the ocean, I don't know what that's equating to, probably like negative 24. It's very, very cold out. And it's always funny when it's freezing cold out that the water still flows. I get asked that a lot in the comment section. People say, well, it can't be that cold because the river or the stream's still flowing. Even in Alaska, when it gets down to negative 40, the rivers are still flowing. So as long as the water's heavy enough, thick enough, and deep enough, it's got enough flow coming out of it, and it's constant, it'll flow. So don't let the water flow and fool you, because it is still very, very cold out. So the stove is basically burned out right now. Just a little bit of coals left in there, it looks like, and it is soon going to be pack up time. I've got all my dishes all emptied out and cleaned out so I can stuff things inside of those, such as my kettle, and that'll help reduce a lot of pack space. So I've got to get all of this stuff outside now that it's not windy or snowing today, which is a huge bonus, and organize a few things outside, get the stove out, and just start the regular pack up process, get everything crammed inside of the backpack. All right, guys, I've got everything packed away inside of the backpack, and no joke, that was a little bit of a struggle. My hands are frozen cold, my lightweight gloves are soaked, so I'm itching to get these heavyweight gloves on as it is very cold. So this trip was awesome down on the beach in the winter time. Got some unexpected snowfall, which accumulated to about 7 inches, by the way, guys. I'll let you know. Off in the forest and off kind of out of the windy areas, there's about 7 inches of accumulation. So that's a lot of snow for unexpected snowfall. Everything went really good right here despite all the wind, and all in all, I had a great time. So I thank you guys very much for joining me on this adventure, and until next time, peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.